Welcome, everyone, to the BlooHoops Podcast, Episode 10. I am your host, Eddy Chavez. Over there, across the sea of sand, is none other than my boy, Ozzy Macias. What's going on, Ozzy?
What's up, man? 10 episodes?
Man. 10 episodes. We fucking did it, man.
Proud that we're still doing this.
We're at 10 episodes today, and, when we first started this thing, I told Ozzy specifically, I'm like, Ozzy, if we can get to 10, I think that'll make this whole thing worth it. Like, if we don't do this forever, like for the next 2 years or so, as long as we did 10, I'm happy. At least we gave it a shot, and you did it, Ozzy.
I'm with you, man. Yeah, this is cool.
I know. Considering we've lasted so long, I gotta give myself a pat on the back, and you too. A pat on the back.
Thank you. So what's up with this week, man? What are you?
All right.
New?
Well, let's see. Short intro. Gosh, I started watching the NBA playoffs recently. I mean, the playoffs, the preseason. There we go. And it's been really hella exciting. I thought the Lakers were gonna suck. They're actually playing really well, and I'm hoping we trade D'Angelo Russell to get DeMarcus Cousins, because that's what it's looking like, so hopefully.
Oh, hell no. For those that don't know, DeMarcus Cousins is with the Kings, and Kings is my team, for better or worse.
Are you watching the Kings, Ozzy?
Not the preseason. I don't really care about the preseason. I think they lost their first 2 games, so...
Yeah.
I'll worry about them when the season actually begins.
Yeah,
I do not have high hopes.
Because when you start watching the teams, you realize these games don't matter. So what if they're winning? So what? But at the same time, I just miss watching basketball. It's like whenever a sport that I enjoy ends up leaving, it's like a loophole that can't be filled. Yeah, and whether it's soccer, boxing, or basketball, I end up, I'm like, man, I wish I could watch something, but there's nothing on. Go figure. So, basketball preseason. How about you, man? What you been up to?
Not much, man. I'll keep it short, too. Start off my morning pretty well. I went to... I have this tradition on Mondays to go to a new coffee shop every week, if I can, and just try the coffee there and chill out there for a bit, and that's what I did today. Had some coffee and some delicious coffee cake. After that, I went to this... record store, movie and record store. It's one of those buy sell trade places. You've been to them, right?
Yeah, but do those still exist?
Yeah, there's a few here. There's one called Zia Records. I went to it today, bought a few movies, and just came back. And I mean, good morning overall for me, man.
What's your opinion on buying digital movies?
Digital, I don't do it. I prefer to buy a physical copy of a movie. I don't know why. What about you?
I mean, I prefer digital, but my biggest argument is just because the physical it's always gonna be outdated.
That's true.
They destroyed HD video, then they destroyed DVD. Now you have to get a Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and they might get rid of that to add a 4K version.
Yeah, that's insane.
I just prefer digital. But I'm all like, some movies I don't need to see in Blu-ray or HD.
That's true.
One of the movies I recently saw was I mentioned this earlier. I saw A True Story.
Yeah, Blu-ray doesn't really do anything to that movie.
I can see everyone's pores and all this stuff. So, yeah, that's good, Mozzie.
For 4K, you need a 4K TV too, right?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, yeah.
It's not like I needed a Blu-ray TV. I still needed an HD TV, to be honest.
Yeah.
Go figure. So, there's that. Yeah.
Right,
Mozzie's keeping those record businesses intact, that's for sure.
Single-handedly, yeah.
All right.
What's our topic for today?
All right, so let's move on to our main topic of discussion for today, which comes from, unfortunately not from anyone, but from me and Ozzy directly. All
Who's
right,
our
so
who's our audience here? Who's watching? I feel like we're just doing this for
if
ourselves. Like,
anyone is watching this, please comment something in the
just
description.
know. We just need to know that somebody's out there. Start crying.
We're like, oh man, this can't be
Just kidding.
good.
Go on.
Alrighty, our first, actually, our main topic for discussion is Ozzy. Things we used to like. Actually, no. The topic is things we used to.
Yeah.
And allow me to elaborate. We both came up with two different things where we were going to talk about things we used to. I mentioned things we used to like that we don't do anymore, or that we don't like anymore. And you mentioned things we used to do that we don't do anymore. So I just combined them into two and just made them into things we used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to name this episode Things We Used To. And we talk about a little bit about things, again, as I mentioned, things we used to like and things we used to do that we possibly don't like or don't do anymore. So, gosh, I started thinking, right? And the reason I bring this up is because I was talking to one of my brothers, and I was telling him that for whatever reason, I was telling him about the sports I used to play back in high school. And I mentioned a lot, and I'm like, holy crap. And I started thinking to myself, like, man, like, I'm a beast. I'm like, crap. Considering the stuff that I did, I'm all like, I'm pretty good at what I used to do. I used to be, because I'm big on just trying any different sport and finding one that you like. And I tried tennis, I tried basketball, I tried soccer, I tried weightlifting, I tried football, I even liked to some extent hockey, but that was like back in 5th grade. It wasn't called hockey, it was called LA hockey, which is played on pavement. And so, I mean, it's okay to try it. I tried badminton, that was cool too. I tried a little bit of everything. And I wasn't like great at it, but I'm pretty good at these things. And so that's how the topic originated for me. So I guess I'll start it off with the first thing. Things that I used to like, but I don't like anymore. Check this out, Mozzie. A few years back, maybe I was a dumb little teen, 12, 13, possibly even 14, possibly even older. I used to play this game called Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. It's the greatest game ever made at the time. And I used to play this game religiously. Like, you don't understand. Like, my weekend was planned. I'm playing this game over the weekend. Be the best thing ever. Everyone get the hell out of my way. Homework is done. Everything's done. I just need to play. And I used to play this game nonstop. It was the first of its kind because it was the first game that I got introduced to that offered online play. At the time, I didn't know what online play was. I didn't know what this playing with people online thing was.
Yeah.
And when I first when I first played it, it was amazing. Like, I cannot say how many hours I spent playing this game with me, myself, and a few other friends. And it was just one of the greatest things I ever experienced. Obviously, we can't do that no more because we're older now. We got a few more responsibilities to take care of, but that was one of the craziest things I ever did, is just play Modern Warfare nonstop. Now, I can't do that no more because, I'm an adult. I got stuff to do. I got to be more selective of my games.
You're saying you don't play it all night anymore, or you don't play that game anymore?
I don't play online games no more. Or I try to stay away from them as much as I can. Because they require a lot of time dedication, and sometimes I want more from a game. I don't just want the online component. When I play games personally, I like playing games because it's sort of like you're venturing into a different world. You're encountering characters. I want my games to be full of I want them to be more than just games. You know what I mean? I want them to have narrative. I want to have story. I want to have plot, etc., etc. I want a full-fledged experience, kind of like a movie in a way, but it's an interactive movie of sorts. So online gaming doesn't really allow for that because you'll never finish an online game. Like, there's just no way to do that. So and then of course everyone splits up. My friends ended up doing their own thing. couple of them don't game anymore. It's all good, but like responsibilities came, and so something I used to do, definitely Modern Warfare, online gameplay. But as you grow up, you realize you gotta be more selective of the things you like.
Yeah, that kind of applies to me a little bit. Where I wrote here down video games. Where I mean, I used to play video games regularly. I haven't in a while, but I used to play it back when the PS2 came out. Like I would play that, and I would play the Game Boy Advance or whatever. But once the PS3 came out, I think is really when I stopped playing video games. Let's see. And to your point about the basketball thing, that's another thing. Because like me and you used to play basketball like all the time. I think we even tried out for the the middle school basketball team.
That was a recipe for disaster, Ozzy. We did not. That did not end up the way we imagined to. No,
we thought you were gonna be the LBJ or Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen of the.
But hold on. That's completely unfair because look, as much as I wanted to be in the basketball team, there's no way in heck that you could determine out of 30 different kids who are the top 5 players, and you know what I mean. There's just no way because me and you, Ozzy, I feel like we were more we could have delivered more on the team than what the others did because first of all we had the passion for it. Yeah. You and me, Ozzy, we love basketball, right? It's like it's our main sport, and on top of that, we actually got a kick out of playing it. I was even remember at the time I was like trying to learn the fundamentals, like what's the proper way to be shooting a shot? Well, what the hell is a triangle? I love this thing. I love trying these new things. All the other kids were just in there to be like, either quote more popular. Some kid just because he saw it on TV wanted to try it out. Like no, we dived into this thing. Like we wanted to be part of this team and to have like the coach select only 5 or 7 kids out of 30. Because remember, it was packed. It was only 2 coaches, and I don't even remember, but they packed like one middle court, and that's it. Yeah. And there's no way. There's always like the ball hogger type, and then there's always like the team player. I mean, I was trying to go be the team player because I'm like, that's what we need. We need a rebounder. We need a passer. You got to be good at everything. You can't just be scoring all the time. Just because this guy's trying to be hard to be Kobe doesn't mean he ends up being a team player. And I don't know. It sucked.
I think we even like practice at your house for the tryouts, didn't we? Funny story about that, the whole tryouts thing, because I remember when we talked about it, we were like, we both want to try out and make the team. And it's funny because the next day, when you told me that you went to check, and I think you checked your student ID, if it was there, means you made it?
Yeah.
And you told me that you didn't make it or it wasn't there. Like for me, I didn't even bother checking. Like, for all I know, I might have made it, but I was like, since Eddie's not gonna make it, I'm not gonna fucking do it. Like the whole reason for me to go was because you were gonna do it, and we were gonna do it together. But since you didn't make it, I was like, fuck that, I don't care anymore.
Look, listen, man. All I know is that there was this kid, and I'm sure he's a cool guy now. Whatever, he was a cool guy back then. Loved him to death. His name was Tyree. Tyree, cool guy, like really, really cool guy. But listen, man, there was no goddamn way he's making the basketball team. There's just no way. So when I was looking at the idea, I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Tyree made the team, and oh my gosh, and I'm just like, you gotta be crazy. Oh my goodness. And something was wrong. What makes me happy though is that about almost a year in, I find out that a bunch of basketball players were leaving because they just weren't interested anymore. I'm like, that's what I fucking told you. That's what I fucking knew. Of course they were gonna leave because they just fucking did it for the popularity. Like fucking play, man. I wanted to play to be good. I wanted to play to be like dominant. I actually had a passion for it. So, I'm sure Tyree, he did it for the good reasons. He was a cool guy, but.
So for me, basketball is one of those things that I just don't do anymore. Not because I still like it, but like the other day I went to the store, this sports store that was like selling stuff. It was going out of business, so had a bunch of stuff on sale. So I bought one of those air pumps because I already had basketball, but I just needed an air pump. And when I got out of the store, I was like, why did I buy this? I'm never gonna play basketball.
Oh man,
like,
that's heartbreaking.
My friends don't really play basketball.
Him and Elias over there.
I feel weird. I feel it's not as fun when you go by yourself. Like after 10 minutes, like I'm bored already. So it's like I can't do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
A lot of sports, you either need someone else to play it, or it just becomes uninteresting. Like I can't play tennis by myself. You know, it's not like I'm going to be hitting where's the ball going to go to? Hit another one. You know, it's absurd. Basketball is pretty much the same way. Like I can shoot as much as I want, but the when you're in the moment of playing a game, it's completely different than playing than just shooting hoops. And I think that's it's a lot different. I can easily play by myself for 3 hours nonstop shooting, but you know it gets old after a while.
Yeah, I can't.
There's no goal in mind, and you know. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can think of?
Gosh, things I used to do. I've mentioned this before, and I think I should probably mention it now. I used to be big on politics. Like
Really?
I used to be a lot more enthusiastic about politics because now I think they're abysmal. Politics and me don't mix very well. Don't get me wrong, I understand the importance of it. I get it, but like when they're asking, "Hey, donate money to us. Hey, vote for us." Like I'm like, I look, man. I get you. I get what you're saying. Like you need money for your campaign, but
especially now with
what the hell?
Yeah, especially now with these debates where we both saw them, right? And like they're not talking about the issues anymore. They're not talking about healthcare, education, whatever. They're like talking about Trump's video and Hillary Clinton's emails. Like half the presidential debate was about that stupid shit. But
wrong. I never said that. Ozzy, you're wrong. Wrong, Ozzy.
Everybody agrees with me. Okay. That's what I hate about Trump, that he speaks in absolutes. You know, like everybody does this. Every poll says I won the presidential debate. Like, what do you mean every poll? Anyway.
I don't understand that. Yeah, you're right. He just speaks in absolutes. And
so politics, for me, or the last thing on my list is cartoons. So it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I can't bring myself to see them anymore. Like watch them. Like I used to love Ed and Eddy, Billy and Mandy. But just in general, I just don't watch cartoons anymore. And I've tried like again watching Billy and Mandy, and it's still funny, but it's like I can't bring myself to watch it consistently.
You think it's because the whole notion that we're like growing up, that we kind of like ditching that whole mentality that, hey, this is permissible to watch? Because I like cartoons too. I don't watch them as often anymore. However, when I do, I'm like, this is the fucking most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. So
I think it's just that I'd rather watch something else. Like I'd rather watch a drama or some other comedy show. I don't know. But I just can't, unless it's like adult animation, like King of the Hill, or that's pretty much it, really. Or Aqua Teen, I'll watch that, but I just can't watch cartoons that much anymore.
Yeah, I feel you. Although there are some cartoons that are just like, they're very, very well done. Like, I mean, I still love Adventure Time. Like, Adventure Time is great.
Like, can you still watch it now?
Yeah, absolutely.
If it was on TV, you would watch it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like because Adventure Time is one of those few shows that actually kind of goes borderline adult, borderline child. Like sometimes they say a joke that my nieces probably don't even understand, and that I get perfectly. Like, you know.
Yeah, like I'd probably watch that show just because I haven't seen it in like years. So I'd probably watch it if it was on TV.
Yeah, that one and Regular Show do a really good job.
Regular Show?
Yeah.
I think I saw the first season and then I stopped watching that.
Mm.
Tremors, well, yeah, it was really funny.
The one types of shows that I just could never get into, and I just never did, are like the Disney shows, like the live action ones. Like they all follow the same formula. I don't understand how no one sees this. Or maybe they do, but it's just that they're so formulaic. It's so predictable.
Yeah, we talked about this in the previous episode, where it's just like the acting is all the same. Like in all the Disney shows, they act the same way. It's like there's no personality, I guess.
Good point. Everyone wants to be Bugs Bunny, but no one wants to be Mickey Mouse. And you can quote me for saying that, and give me all the credit for that. No. That's a video from who did that video, Ozzy?
Oh, I forgot. I forgot who did it, but it was. I forgot who it was.
There's a video
YouTube guy.
Yeah, there's a video that me and Ozzy saw about some guy doing like a highlight of why Bugs Bunny is a much better, not better, but certainly more impactful character than Mickey Mouse. And that was the ending quote. Something like, everyone wants to be Bugs Bunny, but no one wants to be Mickey Mouse. Cartoons.
Do you have anything? You have anything else? I mean, that's really all I had, I think. That's it for me.
Okay. I guess I'll just add one more thing. I used to be a big advocate of Google Plus.
Oh, yeah. We were in a phase where we did Google Hangouts and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Actually, I still do use Google Hangouts, and I was wondering, like, why am I still using this? Like, there's like more messenger apps that are 100 times better. And I used to be big on Google Plus. I was like a big advocate for it, only because I just really dislike Facebook. It's so it is what it is. But I used to really dislike it like a lot. I stopped using Facebook in 2014, I think, and I haven't used it since. It's just not for me. But here's the thing: it's not for me, but it is for a lot of people. And I haven't gone back and used Facebook. However, for whatever reason, all of my family uses Messenger, so now I have to get Messenger.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that unfortunately we're stuck with, and I honestly don't see it ever. Like, it's not. There's no Facebook killer anymore. It's just Facebook. It's too big. And
Instagram's pretty huge. Twitter's pretty huge.
Yeah, but
it doesn't really replace it, huh?
Yeah, but Twitter is losing money, and Instagram and Facebook owns Instagram, so it's like it's can't win. But yeah,
I feel like Facebook has kind of turned into MySpace a little bit, where like my mom's on it, like she loves Facebook. It's like very strange.
Yeah, like it's just there, right? My mom loves it too. It's her favorite thing, and she's all like, she always texts me like, "Mijo, I'm so glad you got me Facebook." I'm like, "You're welcome, Mom." But and when I use it sometimes, when I have to log into her account to check some things, usually some settings, and man, Ozzy, it's so cluttered. I don't understand how people read through that. Like I just and like it just, there's so much information going on. So and so likes so and so, so we're recommending it to you. Then there's this video automatically playing. Then on top over here, there's an advertisement, and then there's like it's a lot of information in one page, and that drains me. Which reminds me, do you use Reddit?
I rarely go on it. I hear it's pretty cool, but I've never. Well, you know what I use it for?
For what?
No, I shouldn't say.
Oh my, Ozzy, are we getting into a deep dungeon here?
No, I use it for like watching soccer games.
Oh, okay. Of course. No,
that's pretty much it.
I understand. I completely understand.
Do you use it a lot?
No, I don't. It's not really. Well, it's confusing. That was my point. I tried it. I have no idea what I'm doing. And from what
Go on.
From what I've heard, it's like a bunch of people are like jerks on it. I don't know. And I'm like, I don't really have time for that.
It looks like a website from the 1990s. Like what? doesn't it?
Yeah, it's weird because yeah,
update
it
or
does. It's like a really badly designed website. However, people love it. So go figure.
Like if you go to, have you ever been to the Grudge Report?
The Grudge Report?
Yeah. Or the Drudge Report, sorry. Go on that. It's like a news, I guess, like a news website, and it just looks like it looks terrible. Like and it's really popular too, which is weird.
Yeah,
but it's all over the place.
The Grudge Report, right?
Drudge with the D.
Oh, the
Grudge with the D.
The Drudge Report. Let's see. Oh wow, this is really bad.
Right? But it's like a really popular website.
Go figure. Huh.
All right, so we should probably move on to our next topic.
Right.
Or our last topic.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good ending point. Reddit sucks, don't use it.
You want me to introduce it?
Yeah, go ahead, Ozzy. So Ozzy's introducing a new topic for our listeners. This is not obviously what's it called? QuickTime events. We're skipping that one for today, and we're adding Ozzy. What's the topic?
So this new segment is called the BlooHoops 5, where Eddie and I both come up with our top 5 on. It could be any topic. It could be TV, movies, sports, and then at the end, we combine our lists for the BlooHoops 5, and that's what we'll call this segment, the BlooHoops 5. And today's topic is sports.
Sports.
You want to go? Should we go from 5 to 1?
I think we go 5 to 1.
Do we go one by one, or do we just say our top 5 right away?
We go one by one. Number 5, Ozzy. I guess you go first.
So number 5 for me, even though I don't watch it a lot, it's boxing. Just because when there's a big event, it always piques my interest. So number 5 for me is boxing.
How dare you? How dare you, Ozzy?
I'm not a huge fan like you. What's your number 5?
Number 5, I have to go with. Let's see, if I had to pick a sport, it'd definitely have to be. I'll give it to track and field.
Like running and shit?
Yeah, because I don't know, that just the fact that I picture myself enjoying it if I were like top-notch athlete just running the hell out of a field. So yeah, I give it to track and field. Running, I guess. Running.
So right. Number 4 for me is gonna piss you off. Number 4 is UFC.
No, it won't.
I thought you'd be mad that I put it above boxing.
Oh wait, no. Okay, that's cold, Ozzy. You don't want to do that, man.
I mean, I respect boxing, obviously, but I just feel like UFC is, for me, is more exhilarating and just more brutal to me. So I can watch it more than I prefer to watch it over boxing.
Yeah, if you want the match to end within 20 seconds, but okay. You do you, Ozzy.
Boxing is so slow. They're always hugging each other. Break it up. All right. Sorry about that.
My
What's your
gosh. Well, I have to go with tennis.
Tennis? Okay.
I love tennis with a passion. It was one of those sports that I got introduced to me a bit when I was about a teenager. Loved it ever since. And it's up there, man. This is top 5. It's just, you just can't say enough things about tennis. It's amazing. It's exhilarating. I love it with a passion, and it's just, people talk a lot of smack on it, but it's glorious when you get that perfect shot in. Oh man, it is. Yeah.
Your 4 is tennis. So my number 3 is actually, I'm going with tennis. I used to watch it more often. I'll catch it every once in a while, but I agree with you. It's just I really like watching the U.S. Open, the Roland Garros, those huge events. It's always even if I don't watch the match, I still see who won just to see how far they got. And I always root for an American, but they're not very. They never reached that far in the tournament. But
yeah, I had my chance, but I didn't capitalize on it. So
could have been the next Pete Sampras. So yeah, my number 3 is tennis.
Yeah. All right. So I guess number 2, right?
Your number 3.
Oh, number 3, soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah, soccer or football. It's known in European countries. I mean, what can you say about soccer? It's one of the best sports ever created. It's the most popular sport in the world.
No doubt.
It's corrupt as hell, but
every sport.
Yeah, every sport pretty much is corrupt as hell. So I'll give it that pass. But other than that, I mean, it's fun. It's exhilarating. I know people give a lot of smack of it that no one ever scores. Well, that's the point. Like, you're not supposed to score. You're not supposed to have 100 points by the end of the game. That's not the point. But when they do score, when you see the technique, when you see the teams communicate effectively through passes, and sometimes it's just beautiful to watch. Like you see a triangle pass, oh my gosh, or like
beautiful. It's
a lot of skills, and again, it's done with the foot. Any doofus can use their hands, but how many people?
Foot's harder.
How many? Yeah, foot. You ever try kicking a ball? It's not as easy as it looks. So soccer, number 3.
There's nothing like the World Cup too. It's friggin'.
True.
So your number 3 is soccer. My number 2 is basketball.
Mr. Skip Bayless over there with a bold prediction.
Hear me out here.
Oh my gosh. I don't even want to look at you. Mike.
So basketball used to be my favorite up until maybe the 10th, 11th grade is when soccer was just like it just usurped basketball for me. I just found it more unpredictable, more entertaining for me to watch personally than basketball, just because in basketball, as much as I love it, it's very it's almost very predictable in the plays that they use, the what's it called? What the hell is that play called? Every play is like a screen, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I get you.
So as much as I love basketball, I gotta bump it down to number 2.
My goodness, Ozzy, you're making a really, really bold statement.
What's your number 2?
Number 2, none other than the second best sport in the whole wide world, Ozzy. That, of course, is boxing, because you can't go with a favorite sport without naming the sweet science. I'm sorry, Ozzy, you just can't do it. Sweet science is amazing because you what these guys put on the line in terms of like they're putting their lives on the line. There have been cases where boxers have unfortunately passed away due to the severity of the sport, but boxing is more I would say it's just a type of sport where you can be in the best shape of your life. That doesn't mean you're a good boxer, because boxing takes a lot more than just being in shape. Look at Pacquiao beating the heck out of Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley looks like a freaking statue. He looks like Adonis of a figure. Pacquiao looks like just some guy you find out the street. Yet Pacquiao can beat the heck out of this guy like nothing. And I think one of the reasons why that is just because again, being in shape isn't the best thing in the whole world. And another reason is because when you're a fighter, sometimes when you're down for the count, you in UFC you're down. That's it. You're not coming back from that. If I get you, if I dock you in the UFC, you're down, and this guy's jumping on me and just hitting me with 100 shots. That isn't boxing. In the boxing, you actually have the luxury of actually getting either one, finding the will to at least grapple the guy and say, hey, like I need some time, or even possibly getting saved by the bell, to the point where you're done. You think you're done, but you're like, hey, can I muster up a bit more, and then come back the next round and end up dominating the next round in dramatic fashion. So you're not always down for the count in boxing. In UFC, I choke you, you're done, and it takes 10 seconds. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more in boxing than there is in UFC. But I'm not dodging the UFC. I know that sport's freaking hard as hell. I saw it for myself with the Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor fight, which was an amazing fight.
Mm-hmm.
But boxing's up there for me. Number 2.
Okay. I have no problem with boxing. I prefer these other sports more than boxing, personally.
Okay. I mean, you're wrong, but it's okay.
Well, boxing's so
Wrong.
slow. It's not the sport it was back then. It just Pacquiao, Mayweather. There's no one else. I mean, come on. There's no other big names.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? There's no household names. Is what I meant to say.
All right. I'll give you this pass.
Number 1 for me, in soccer. I can't get enough of it. I can watch international soccer. I can watch domestic soccer, MLS. I can watch. I like the fact that there's international soccer. Like what I mean is national teams. I love that. There's the World Cup. I mean, obviously a huge event. Way better than like international basketball, where USA basketball. The only time you really care about it is in the Olympics.
Yeah, and it's not only the gold match because
that's true. I love that soccer, football. I like that there's no timeouts too. Like that's a big aspect for me. Where in almost every other sport there's timeouts where they're just like, oh, let's get meet together. We're getting screwed up. Let's fix this. In soccer, the manager has a game plan. The players go out there with a game plan, and their job is to basically figure it out themselves. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to be babied. And no commercials. I mean, freaking hate commercials every 2 minutes.
To be fair, there are commercials that sometimes get annoying. Like they show the banner below you. Like I'm trying to watch the game or the replay. Like put the game. Like I get the replay.
That's business, I guess. But yeah. So should we recap? What are your top 5 quickly again?
Wait, I didn't say my number 1.
You didn't?
No.
Oh well, I just assume it's basketball. So sorry. Go on.
It is basketball. Best sport in the world. Basketball is so damn good. Loved it as a kid, and love it to this day. Basketball is just takes so much athleticism, so much skill. It is a little different now than it was before, but only because there are, of course, there are different players. But it's just that in basketball, you can be the best player in the world and still lose. It's not. You need a team effort, and it's a team-based game. Each team has a star, and that's freaking admirable because in a league where teams are so dominant, like in soccer. Look, I love soccer, but let's face it. The only 2 teams who care about it are Real Madrid and Barcelona. Granted,
no.
I'll give it to you this way, though. I'll give you this one, though. Golden State is like the powerhouse, right? But I still want to see what LeBron's doing with his team. I want to see how my Lakers stack up. They're a young new team. I want to see DeMarcus Cousins with the Kings. Paul George is with the Pacers. Derrick Rose is, you know what I mean? Like, each team has like some sort of at least somewhat hype to do actually better than they did last year. And I think that's what makes it a truly enjoyable experience. So basketball, number 1, hands down. Now,
okay,
we did our 5. So let's come to a consensus on our BlooHoops 5.
Yeah, give me your top 5 real quick.
Basketball, boxing, soccer, tennis, and running. Track and field.
So my 5 is soccer, basketball, tennis, UFC, and boxing. So should we start with number 1?
Well, which do we have in common, I guess?
So we both have basketball pretty high. So I think we should go with basketball as number 1.
Okay.
You have it at 1 and I have it at 2.
Okay. Agreed. And I have soccer pretty high too. I have soccer at 3.
I have it at 1, yeah.
Okay.
Can we do soccer?
Yeah, soccer number 2.
All right, so my next one, my number 3 is tennis. You have tennis at 4?
At 4. Let's do tennis then.
All right.
Tennis at...
we can do boxing at 4.
Well, you have it at 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do boxing at 4.
And then number 5, I have UFC. What do you have?
I have running and track and field. No,
Oh, come on. That's UFC easy. Come on. Track and field is so random.
I'll give it to you this time. All right. I'll put UFC.
All right.
Only
So
because
here,
I saw that fight. That was amazing.
thank you. So here we have. So this is the official Blue Hoops 5 sports.
Cinco.
Number 5, UFC. Number 4, boxing. Number 3, tennis. Number 2, soccer. Number 1, basketball.
Agreed. Love it. Love
I
it.
like
It's a great list. That's a great list. That's one for the record books. That's done.
All right, so that pretty much concludes our show, man.
Yeah, I think we can call it a day. That has been, this has been the Blue Hoops Podcast, episode 10. Ozzy, where can we find you on the social medias?
Give yours first.
Okay. Well, I am on both on Twitter and on Instagram, and you can find me at Writing to Eddy, which I'll put in the description, and I'll also put in the video here. And then Ozzy on Instagram is Real Ozzy.
Yep, I'm on Instagram at Real Ozzy, and then Snapchat, The Real Osvaldo.
He ain't no fake. He's a real one.
This is the real one.
And you guys can find us, check us out either on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that good stuff. If you guys like what we're doing, please let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think you like about the show. Shoot, if you're even listening, just comment something down there. Just, write like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Or anything like that.
Anything. We hate you, whatever. Just, we need to know that there's somebody out there.
Acknowledge us, please. Give us a like or a dislike, whatever. Let us know what you guys like about the show, what you guys didn't like about the show in the comments. And it pretty much covers it. Thank you guys for listening in. This has been the BlooHoops Podcast, episode 10. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Peace out.